All right. So in our previous lesson, let me know if you can see my screen, okay? Let me know if you can see my screen.
We can't see you. Can't see your screen.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't worry. By tomorrow, by this time, my laptop will be changed. Mr. Kote, tomorrow by this time, my laptop will change. Oh, my story changed forever.
And
the new one, the old one will be dashed to me.
Yes, who is that? It depends. Yeah, Mr. Kote is there. I should dash it to you.
This is Yako.
Hey, Mr. Yako, bye. Let's learn. Your head like banana. Okay, I'm displaying the screen now. Hey.
Okay, so I can see now.
Powerful. Hey, your internet is really fast. Okay, so last week or this week we were learning about the academic text, right? And we were, is it recording? Yeah. Okay, so we were learning about academic text and we were relating it with academic writing. It's not much different from each other, right? And so we were taking some clues from what we had learned under academic writing in general, and we're relating it with academic text in computing, right? And one of the things that we studied was identifying the nature of academic writing, what are the features that they possess, and then we also look at the types of academic writing, right? We looked at the importance of academic writing and the sources of academic writing. Good, good. And we learned that academic um, uh, text, right? It's also uh, it's an essential part of learning and research in computing, where it talks about scholarly and research-based documents or writings. You get it? And we spoke about some of the characteristics that you use to identify academic tests, right? The types as well of academic texts that we have. When we talk about texts, it's just basically writings. So where are the places, or which items would you find a lot of text on that are academic? You get me? That are scholarly. When I say scholarly, it's about studies, right? Help you to study. So where would you find things that you can use to study? You see, but this time around we are talking specifically about the texts, right? And it's not entirely different when you are writing. These ones are text because we are digital people, you see, so we need to learn in the concept of texts in general and not just writing. You get it? Because the world is becoming a digital, should I say a digital stage? Yeah, it's becoming, so it's not just about writing, but nowadays people barely write, people text a lot, right? So if you look at, if it is a chart you need to look at, you see that it's just going down. The number of times people are writing, or how many, if you wait to the other. Today, forgive me, my English is vanishing. So I think I'll borrow one from Madam Monica and Mr. Corte so that they can guide me. It is well. I'm just doing that to get your attention. I want to see who is in the class and who is not. If you don't laugh, I know that you are dozing. Okay, so we looked at journals as a type of journal articles, right? Where we can read the text thereof, and be educated or well informed on a particular topic or subject. We looked at conference papers, technical reports, textbooks, right? And then we went on to talk about the nature of academic text in computing, right? And we talked about academic writing, it being formal in a way of a formal, it has a formal way of showing itself, right? And then we also talk about the fact that it's composed of ideas, right? It begins with an idea, and then you step into moving from ideas into penning them down. But in this case, you may not use penning down. Okay, we will not write. Okay, this is a tip off to those who are here. We are likely not to do writing on academic writing Cbas 210. Okay, it's gonna be computer. This is a hot message or breaking news. But if you go and make your voice loud in class, it's likely to be changed. Okay, so until you kind of say, hey, bro, for no Holy Ghost. Yeah. So please, let's comport ourselves. They don't really like it when we approach them. How is it going to come? How is it, let them flow? They already know what they will do, and it's online. Okay, so it begins with an idea, then you type them into reality, right? You type those ideas into realities. They come into existence based on the way you think. In other words, the way you think is how you also arrange them, right? So the way you present them and so on and so forth is also one thing to look at, right, in academic text, because it is a nature of it. You get it? It needs to be presented in a very logical and structured manner. It needs to make sense, okay, and needs to follow a certain procedure. When you're educated, there's a way you communicate by text, right? A lot of you are going to be involved in typing a lot because of coding, and also it's not just about coding, but what you communicate, what people or consumers see with your coding, what they see outside. You need to also be able to structure things well to communicate to them. Okay. So academic text, the nature of it, it's also one that is based on arguments. Okay. One that is based on arguments and claims. Claims are basically not truth, but let's say facts, right? That is true to the person who is speaking, right? So it's only true to the person who is speaking, as we may have learned in the what's the name? Critical thinking, right? Yeah. So you must present your argument well, and it must be based on evidence, so that we know that you are communicating based on facts, which is based on science too as well, right? Because if you are using a scientific process to do everything, it will be easily traced to a source. You can have evidence to back what you are doing. You can arrive at your own assumptions based on what you observe. You see, after you have analyzed and experimented, you get it. So there is a way generally how you structure your things, right? And how you present your argument and you make your claims. And these are all the behavior or the nature or the identifiers, right? What you use to identify academic text. So if you are reading a text and you can see these things, you can see that it's logically, presented, and it is well structured, right? Ideas are well presented and structured, and you can see a certain level of formality in the language, and you can see some technicality in it. You are seeing its nature. So another way of saying nature is the characteristics, right? Or features or structure. So don't let it confuse you, okay? And these ones, if you go to academic writing characteristics, you are likely to see the same thing. So this thing is actually a repetition. I don't want to stay here for long. Let's move on. Let's move on. Importance of understanding academic, right? So text helps students to understand complex computing concepts and systems. We learned about all these things. Get a video and learn. Me, it taking me time. Most of my day na mutie. Say, oh. We also talk about structure of an academic article, right? What are some of the things, methodology, or the way it's presented, the structure, right? The structure of it, the structure of an academic article. When you pick an academic article from the beginning to the end, how would it look like? If you are to draw a map, based on an academic article, how are you going to see it? How is the map going to be laid? If you are supposed to write a table of contents, how are you going to classify the topics or the structure of everything in an academic article? Do you get it? So these are the features. So we also say structure. These are also the nature of an academic article. So we also say structure. So you can use interchangeably different words. But one of the structures is that it is abstract. It stems from an abstract point of view, and we learned that abstract basically means an idea, right? An idea. And then it also has what? An introduction. It follows a methodology, has talks about results. It normally has results and a space for discussion, for brainstorming, right? And listening to different points of view. So this is where an argument is brought on board for people to debate, analysis, and all that, right? That is also where result is also brought forth, because we now have to agree based on the argument, sorry, right? And I think I'm saying some things that I didn't say in the previous lesson. Okay, so yeah, so after you draw, you have your results, then people debate, then now you look at your conclusion. Then after you've looked at people's opinion on how your view is, and then you've explored, brainstormed, analyzed, then now you conclude, right, that okay, based on the evidence available, we agree that So these are basically some of the things you will see in an academic article. So if you see these features when you are reading a text, right, an essay, you get it, then you know that you are dealing with what? An academic article. Follows a methodology, has an introduction, stems from an idea, or it has a whole topic that it's talking about, right? Has an idea that it's talking about, a whole topic that it has, like a particular topic is talking about, then you know that you are dealing with what academic article. Then we went on to talk about, I said today we'll finish it to whether the devil likes it or not. Reading article tests effectively. How reading, how to read academic tests effectively. So if you want to cover a lot of reading in a very short time, how do you go about it? If you want to understand a lot of reading in a very short time, how do you go about it? Right? We learned it in a different form in academic writing 1 last semester. And over here, you can see it's being presented in a different way, where you have to read the abstract first, of course, because by its nature, abstract, it will come from an idea, right? And then when you get the idea of what is being communicated, you need to know the topic. You need to know the topic that is talking about. Then now you begin to identify the problem that the academic text is wanting to solve, right? It's solving. So you identify the problem, right, in what you are reading. So where is the problem? As soon as you identify the problem, you know the topic. Then the next one is what? You need to know the key argument. So what is it saying and what is it not saying? Or what is it saying and what are other people also saying against what is being said? So when you know these arguments that are opposing to what is being said, then now you have placed yourself in a very good advantage to be able to understand. And now even you will also be in a very good position to also give a very good conclusion or give your own opinion or solve it or perhaps alter what has been given. You're able to spot the problems in there and be able to solve these problems as well. So these are also some of the things that it helps us to read effectively if we want to. In academic writing 1, we're talking about the SQ3R method, but over here you can see that it's an entirely different thing that the lecturer has concocted for us to consume for the purposes of exam. Focus on conclusions. So the end would always let you know what was arrived on. So for you, now that you now understand it from the inside out and you have the conclusions, you'll be able to know entirely what the writer meant by what he was. So it will even ginger you to want to read more on the topic and want to learn more. So these are some of the things that help you read effectively. We spoke about the other day. You see, those who joined the previous lesson and they are joining now, they are getting extra things. How many of you are learning extra things, even though you joined previously? So identify the author's argument, right? We are talking about critical reading skills. Okay, critical reading. Critical reading skills. One of them, identify the author's argument. The second one is what? Evaluate evidence. I'm not teaching. I'm just recapping what we have learned for the purposes of people who are now joining. Okay, and then right. Let me see. Okay, so that's you are able to identify the author's argument, the standpoint of who is writing, where they are coming from, where they are going. You see, these are some of the skills that you develop when you are reading, because in the ways that help you to read effectively, you need to identify the problem. You need to notice the key arguments. So one from the writer, one from the one who is opposing the writer, or what other people are saying against what the writer is saying. So in other words, it has given you or equipped you with skills to identify arguments on the author's side. But it's not only on the author's side, but it also gives you to an understanding from the opposing side as well, right? One of the skills it also gives you, right, when you are reading academic articles, okay, one of the skills is the ability to evaluate, evidence. When the evidence is provided, you are able to know that this one is entirely about the topic, this one is not, right? And you are able to properly assess and analyze what is being brought forth and not just take it as it is, right? Yeah. This is one of the skills it will grant you, because you need to also do your research into it, right? Do your breakdown analysis on it before you can conclude and know whether to agree with or disagree, or agree to disagree. Yeah, so distinguish facts from opinions is also another skill. So ones are very important to identifying what we need to learn when we are engaged in academic articles. Right. So that being said, let's okay. So another skill you generate is the ability to ask critical questions. The ability to ask critical questions. You know, since you are also developing your thesis based off on what is being said, one of the skills you will get from these are the ability to ask critical questions that would critique the idea that is being presented to you, because you too want to consume it. So you need to ask these critical questions. They are critique, right? They are critique. So it should be on maybe I can say constructible, and I can say me see and me bro article nti mo me na obi a anya de enso manya say the be wo ho say so we'll be able to ask critical questions on what is being taught us based on the understanding we have gotten, right? And so these are very important, because as an academic, you should always know to ask questions, right? Learn to ask questions in order to understand further, to use it also for your own understanding. With that being said, let's enter into session 4 tonight. So you see that I wasn't teaching, I was just brushing through quickly, so that we can just jump to session 5. All right. So is there any question from last lecture that I should look at for all of us? Any question? Okay, so if there are no questions, I'll move on to session 4. So in session 4, we are learning tonight on, let me show the objectives. Importance of paragraphing, topic sentences, supporting sentences, paragraph unity, coherent and transitions, common paragraph problems, right? We don't have to know by the end. By the end, we'll know everything here. on these 25 sessions. Okay, so a paragraph is a group of related sentences, and it develops one main idea or point. So as we began by saying that academic texts begin with an idea, and then we construct those ideas into text, right? And then we bring about our topics, right? Our ideas into reality, right? And we allow people to debate before we conclude, right? So a paragraph consists of an idea because these ones are all texts, right? And since a text is also representing something that will stem from an idea or your mind, we say that it all generates or develops from an idea. So it develops one main idea. So you need to have a particular thing that you are talking about in each session or in each paragraph that is relating to the main topic that is being discussed. Are we following? Are we following? Good. So when I said good, I sound like this guy who has been saying good. What's his name? Yeah, his beard like some UV. Yeah. So I don't know. Okay. We have to make it interesting. So each paragraph contributes to the overall argument, right? When you present the general idea, you have the general idea. The paragraphs in it should expound or extend. Oh, they want me how? I say laptop. We are blocking noise. You see the way I'm hyping the laptop before it comes. Oh Lord, to block all the noise. Okay, so each paragraph contribute to overall argument. What it means is that every point is being expressed in every paragraph. So every paragraph you have should explain a particular point that is related to the main idea of the whole text, of the whole topic that you are writing, right? Each paragraph you have should be able to express different, should I say different ideas? Different ideas within the same or the main idea, if you get what I mean. I'm saying it like that so that you understand, okay? But that's not how you put it, okay? Yeah. So it should be able to contribute to the overall argument that you are presenting. You get it? Powerful. So these are some of the things that entails in a paragraph. It contains an idea. It also must contribute to the whole argument, right? Poor paragraphs reduce clarity and credibility. Poor paragraph, when we say a poor paragraph, it means that you don't even know what you're talking about in that particular paragraph. And also, that particular paragraph is not even contributing to the overall topic that you are writing the particular text about. You get it? So if you are talking about which match are they playing today? Can someone help? Is there a match they are playing today?
Ghana, Germany.
Ghana is playing game.
Go, 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 go.
Sure. When him say record, you know that you are being recorded. After 8 years or 10 years, you come back and you play this video. Your children, you'll be playing it to your children. You see, this is how I was in class. You have to behave well. Oh. We are putting you out there. This video is going to YouTube straight. You see the noise you just made. You should be worried though. We will not cut it too. Or Mr. Kote, you will cut it. You will not
Oh,
cut it.
that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. You see that big man pa. One day you'll be sitting there and you say you can't see this guy. He was shouting. He used to shout in class pa. I said that's okay. Your head like banana. And then me we a topic in and I'm if you don't know you misbehave in the class. So the contents are not much, so we'll be able to finish. Okay, so these are some of the things. So if your paragraph is devoid of these two main things, right, there are a lot of things, but for the purposes of what we are studying as IT students, we need to know only these ones. Okay, so poor paragraphs, they are not clear, and when they are not clear, it means that they don't have the main topic at heart. And also they are not contributing that small, because each paragraph contains that small contribution to the main topic, and that small contribution to they are not having. So we say that they are not clear. You see, because of these things, we say that they are not clear. There is no clarity in the way the text or the paragraph is being presented. And so because of that, we say that technically we say that it's not clear, there's no clarity, and then it doesn't have credibility. You get it? So if you want to be technical, right? I said today my English is, yeah, so this is it, guys. All you need to know about paragraphing. So now let's know, now that you know this, when we want to talk about importance of paragraphing, you understand that a paragraph is key in explaining the main idea or the point of the whole text. You get it? It explains the main idea of the whole point, and also it explains portions of the main idea in the section that it's representing. You get it? Based on these ones, you've developed your own importance. So you see that you can develop your own importance. And also, since you are developing ideas individually in each paragraph, we say that you are organizing your text. Paragraphs help you to arrange your points. That means that it's helping you to organize. So you see over here, the first one, it says what? Helps organize ideas logically. Do you see it there? Number one, that's the first thing. You see, so the whole thing is about understanding the topic here. The topic here, which is at the top here, right? Let me just bring this one down here. Hey. So when you get it, you'll be able to make your own importance from it. And one of the things too is that it guides the reader through arguments. So how does it guide the reader? Since it has its own points within the main point that is communicating, it's able to guide the reader on which exact point, right, or argument, you get it, to look out for and where it is. So in paragraph 3, we know that he spoke about such and such and such. So if you are looking for such and such and such, you go to paragraph 3. You go to paragraph 4 to know his closing remarks. You see, you go to the last paragraph to know his conclusion. Are you following? And so it guides the reader through the argument. Hey, today there. Hey, the devil is a lie. Guys, the reader through arguments. I'm flowing to just the resistance is my reflects clarity of thinking, right? It reflects clarity of thinking helps you to really understand what is being, when things are arranged in an orderly manner in those paragraphs, right, explaining the various points that they are, right, it means that you are at peace, because you know that this one, paragraph 1, may be about introduction. You get me? Those days when you are writing comprehension and you begin, normally the beginning is about the introduction, right? Where you are introduced to the whole topic, and it's basically not about the nitty gritty, the details of things, right? My bro, I say, yeah, back kakra. Those who are laughing, shame on you. So, all right. So, yeah. So it guides us to show the clarity on what is being discussed, which we also spoke about in the definition, or what it contains. It is clear, and because it's clear, hey, clear too, I'm saying clear. It is clear, and because it's clear, we say that it holds a certain level of credibility, which it's normally associated to texts that have a certain level of clearness. Clarity. My dodge. Let's go. Basic paragraph structure. So how is it arranged? How is it arranged? Today we'll finish 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll finish right now. This one. So how is it arranged? We have a topic sentence which introduces the main idea, right? So normally the topic sentences is what begins to expose what is being discussed, right? So it introduces the main idea. And then you have, apart from that, or inside that, we have what? Supporting sentences. So we have the topic sentences introducing the main idea, and then we have supporting sentences that comes after the topic sentences or before the topic sentences, right? Which develops that idea or the main idea that have been presented by the topic sentence. So the topic sentence is the main topic. Look at it. Now, look at your father and your mother. Your father and your mother are the topic sentences, and they have given birth to bouncing baby boy or girl like you. And when we look at you, you resemble your father and your mother combined. True or not true? If you don't look like them, raise your hand. Both of them. Raise your hand. You see, so when we look at you, we should be able to see or identify your father and your mother. Do you get it? Hey, why do I feel like I'm insulting people? No. We should be able to identify your father and your mother, like just like that, because you are a presentation of them. You are a presentation or a subset of them. You came out of them to express. So now, when there are more of you coming from them, you get it? You are now expressing how, or explaining how their nose looks like, how their eyes looks like, how their head looks like. You get it? And so on and so forth, their skin color and all that. So you are explaining them into details. You are an expression of them, right? You are in their image, like we are all in the image of God, right? Powerful. So so this is the same case with the topic sentence, which is the main idea, and the supporting sentences, which are helping us to understand the main idea. Are we following now? So supporting sentences normally do not talk about topics on their own. They talk about topics that the main sentence, the topic sentence, which is the main idea, has exposed. So normally the topic sentence exposes the idea, then the supporting sentences are those ones that will explain that. So look out for these sentences that like to explain certain topics after they are reviewed. Those ones are normally aligned to what we call supporting sentences. Now follow, for follow. Okay. So concluding or linking sentence is also another aspect in paragraphs, right? We are looking at paragraphs. So these are things that you are likely to find in paragraph, because mind you, I said what? I said that paragraphs elaborate on different topics within the main idea, right? Different aspects. So if I say list 5 importance of importance of climbing a tree. So the main thing that we are talking about is a tree, right? And since we are talking about a tree, everything that we will do will be an importance of a tree, will be controlled by the fact that we are talking about a tree. And we will not go and talk about a cow or an airplane. We are talking about the importance of a tree. So the importance 1, importance 2, importance 3, 4, they should all be connected to the tree. Exactly. Concluding or linking sentences, clauses or transitions. So these sentences are rather helping you to enter into another sentence, right? Or is helping you to end. Are we following? They help you to conclude. The person who is helping me here has run away. Let me make someone. Why is Mr. Kote not an admin? Or he's an admin? Has run away. He has left me. Mr. Kote, I'm not seeing. No, you are already an admin. I'm not seeing the option that makes you an admin. No. Oh, I love for them to do these things before we come here. Don't worry, by tomorrow I'll be a billionaire, okay, so that I will look at some of these things. I'll not be complaining about some of these things. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so you are a presenter now, sir. I don't even know why you are not a presenter. Madam Vida herself too should also be a presenter, be admitting people. Make a presenter. I didn't know. So whenever we come to class and you join, remind me before the session, okay, so that it doesn't interrupt. Okay, so yeah, concluding or linking sentences. They are ones that help us to end. That helps us to end our sentences. So when you hear these sentences, you know that something is coming to an end, or we are about to begin another one. You see? So when you hear these words, when you hear these sentences, there are some words that help us to know that this sentence is a concluding sentence or a linking sentence. So one of the characteristics are certain words that are transitional words or conclusive words, right? So uh, when you hear something like in other cases, in other matters, you know that we are not ending. when you hear something like that, it means that there are more to come. There are certain words, especially when you are in a meeting and you want the meeting to close, like the way you are in this meeting, and you want the meeting to close, and you are hearing some words, you know that, oh no. So when the lecturer knows how to play with your mind, he'll be joking on your mind. Yeah, so there are certain ways, and then just for the closing ones too, when you hear them in conclusion, you know that hey, the thing is, the whole place is being spoiled. Like people are watching Ghana match, pal. You please mention. I think someone should be mentioning the score so that people will not be divided. Because
It's
we need
1-1,
to.
1-1 now.
Okay. Those who didn't come to class, maybe they should score us. They should win so that they'll know that opportunity foregone is what they should have paid attention to. Opportunity cost. So we are going to look at these ones, okay? The transitional words, right, and the closing sentences, and then the transitional sentences, and we'll look at them through the words, right, the transitional words, and so on and so forth. All parts must work together. So all these things are normally what determines the structure of a paragraph. You must see the topic sentences. Under topic sentences, you should have a supporting sentence, you should have a concluding or linking. So if you don't see concluding and you see linking sentence, they are all part, but they were supposed to be separated. Yabeshemo. Yashemo Anna. Yashemo. I said it. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Evans, what kind of no?
Oh, see, Mr. Kote. Mr. Kote, they scored them. I was saying they should score them. So that you know opportunity foregone is what you should have focused on. Let's continue. So they should score you again so that you can pay attention to the class. Okay. I want you people to give up so that you focus. There are some strange people amongst us who are also students. They can speak and things will happen. Let's follow. All parts must work together. Focus on the class. Oh. If you focus on the football, you will lose. You will get disappointed by tomorrow morning. You'll be insulting people like the way people are going to insult people. They will say the coach, sack the coach. Meanwhile, it's not the coach's fault. When they go to the World Cup, they will do very well. I'm glad that this is being recorded. They will do very well when they go to the World Cup. Yeah. So, all parts must work together, right? All parts must work together. All these ones must have what they need. Someone will say, hey, Mr. Evans, if I followed you, like I would have won money. You know, he said double. Okay, so let's move on to the next point. These ones, they are not many, so we are just having fun with them, okay? You see, apart from, let me go back. Oh, it has jumped like that. So apart from these structures, there are more things that pertains to a paragraph. But for the purposes of this, you see that 210, Cbas 210 has cut a lot of things short. In fact, this one is actually not academic writing 2. This one is for academic writing 1, but it has been repeated with us in mind. This is just to learn and just get your A and go your way. So please focus on these few things. Don't try and do extensive. That's why today I'm not going too much into details. Okay, I don't want to bore you with a lot of things like last class. Okay, state the main idea of the paragraph. Okay, the topic sentences. Now we are taking the topic sentences and elaborating on it. So the topic sentence which I've learned is the main idea of the paragraph. Mind you, the paragraph is not the whole essay or the whole text. Okay, the whole article. No, it should have a lot of paragraphs in them, right? And so when you talk about a paragraph, you are talking about a portion of the article. So each paragraph must have these things that we were talking about under basic paragraph structure. These are the things that it must contain: a linking sentence, concluding sentence, supporting sentences, right? This one, so yeah, if you focus on the football, they will keep scoring you. If you like joke, they will score you again right now. Okay, so state. Let me go back. Yeah, so
you are watching the match.
Topic. Hey, I didn't stubbornness. Don't worry, they will score you again. Okay. The topic sentence is the main idea of the paragraph, and then we also have the fact that it usually appear in the beginning. With this one, if you focus on this particular side, which it says it usually appears in the beginning. See, you see a stubborn topic sentence, it will be at the back of the, or it will even be the last statement in the paragraph. So your aim is to do what I told you in the beginning of this session, especially this part, session 4, which we are talking about, is to look for the main topic that is being talked about in that paragraph, and that will be your topic sentence. Don't necessarily look for the first statement, but we are saying peradventure, if since it is usually appearing at the beginning of the paragraph, right? This is what you may or should be looking at. But at the back of your mind, put this in mind, because he can throw a short paragraph and tell you to identify the topic sentence in an objective manner, which you may have closely related possibilities. Because they are scoring Ghana. No, because you are losing. So not because they are scoring Ghana. So the closest possibilities, and you should be able to identify the topic sentences based on your understanding of that paragraph alone. Okay, so this is what you must use to identify when the question is given you. Okay, for the first time, academic writing will be online, on-site, all things being equal. So don't go and be talking in official classes for them to change it. Your rep is talking like he's a madman, but he's very serious. So it's very serious. Okay, so this is how you identify. It must be clear, focused, and specific. So it is normally straight to the point. It doesn't over elaborate. And so you look for that sentence. So they can give you that sentence and then give you, you must also watch the way it is framed. You know, the avoidance or the omission of one word can make it mean something else, right? So you should also look at that, and then the specificity of the sentence, which will allow you to identify what is being talked about or projected as the main idea of a paragraph. Is that okay? I'm calibrating. All right, so avoid vague and general statements. So if you are the one writing, or if you are the one being presented a paragraph or a topic sentence to identify, you should know that the topic sentence is one that avoids vagueness or general statements. It doesn't just talk about anything anyhow. It has a particular topic it's talking about. You get it? Right. So you should take notice of this one. So topic sentences. So this is actually one of the main things you should know, that a lot of questions are going to be thrown on. And so take notice. That's why my English has come like tonight. I wish everybody in this class will, everybody should be here. This is the most important. If you want a I'm telling you, I'm pointing at my screen as if you are seeing me point. I'm telling you, this is a serious thing. You example. So if you are not here, tell them on their WhatsApp page. We are doing magic tonight. Magic. Examples of topic sentences. Where's Mr. Kote? The one who is helping me. He has run away or what? Hey, Nipa knew. Okay, let me make the day the one of the. He's going to watch Ghana match.
I'm back.
I'm around, sir.
WO, whoever responded, that's not Mr. Kote normally has some fake deep voice. Examples of topic sentences, right? We are looking at the examples of topic sentences. So we are looking at week. So technology is useful. Technology is useful. This topic sentence is not something that we can really elaborate on, since it is not entirely specific, right? It's a bit broad, you see. But when you come again and you are like, information technology improves efficiency in healthcare delivery, then this one you have hit the arrow right in the middle, right? You know that, okay, this is what we need. So this is exactly what we are talking about. So you see that the first one is a bit too broad. We'll be talking about so many things that may not even make sense. We don't even know the reason why he came to say technology is useful. Whether he was correct or not, we don't understand him. And then he came to say, he just came, or whether he's sad because they scored Ghana. I'll be using this one as an example. I think I should be using Ghana. What's the name of the people who are scoring us? Who will be winning the match? And let me ask it like that. What's the name of those people who will be winning the match?
Germany.
Come again.
Germany.
Germany. And you want to win. Hey, Ghana for the. Oh, no. You
Germany.
want to play with Germany and you want to win. Appear them couldn't win Germany. You want to win Germany. With who and who? Okay.
Oh, they did well. I think today's match is far better than the previous one.
Share or become match, Onye didn't class, Today I've charged myself and I've come home. So they've done well. They've done well, but at least they will lose so that we'll meet them another time and win. Okay. Information technology improves efficiency in healthcare delivery. It's talking about the usefulness and the particular importance or the use of information technology and how it has been important, or how it has been efficient and useful to our health, you see, and even the delivery of our health, the delivery of the healthcare system, right? Good. And so this one directs it to a particular way, and that everything that we'll talk about needs to be on this main highlighted thing. But when you come and you say football is big, football is big, we need to catch you and put you in a dustbin because we don't know what you are talking about. It's too broad. How do you want us to talk about that? You see, people who are talking now, you just enter and then you say the sky, and then you go away. You say, what topic is that? How do we even talk about the sky? Has done what? Someone will say has done what? Someone like Omari, he can say, oh, the sky has done what? You see, so they will not know even what to talk about in the topic. You see, but when you are specific on a particular topic, then you know that people will be specialized in areas within that topic. Is that okay? It's a very simple concept that we are talking about. I don't even need to be stressing myself on these things, right? So a good topic sentence predicts paragraph content. So when you talk about the introductory portion or the paragraph that talks about the topic sentence, right, of the main topic, you normally start talking a little bit in some of the things that you'll be talking about in the individual paragraphs, because the individual paragraphs will start explaining these things into details. So normally the introductory part, the first paragraph, you see, that is normally around the topic sentence, which is the main idea of the whole article, begins to introduce you to the individual paragraphs that are about to come after that. Are we following? So this is what the sentence is talking about. Okay. And then we have supporting sentences. So we've spoken about the topic sentences. Now let's move on to one subject under topic sentences, which follows the topic sentences. So the ones that explain the topic sentence, what are they about? So they explain and expand the topic sentence, provide examples, facts, and explanations, right? They also include citations, like referencing. Okay, they reference, oh, this one is, you know, they also include facts, explanation, statistics from different sources, and so on. And they may include data you may have collected. So to explain the fact that, so let's pick the one topic sentence. Let's use the topic sentence here, the good one that was presented. So these ones too can be questions. So you'll be seeing these ones too in your exams. So please pay attention. So you see, I was telling you to tell your colleagues to be here in this class tonight. The reason why I do a lot in the beginning is for people who were not in the previous session to catch up. You see, so that they will not, even if you've missed 12 sessions, when you listen, you'll be there. So it's good that you'll be watching the videos. Very, very good, important. Because a lot of you don't watch the videos. The videos you can play it back. That's why I don't like to. If it's about something I've already spoken about, don't ask the question. Take the video, play. You can play it by like 20 times. You see, but if I keep talking about it over and over and over again, when you're playing back, it will be repetitive. You repeat, and you see that Mr. Evans is still talking about the same thing. Then you'll be forwarding. Okay, so it's very important. Please, Flo, tell your friends to be here. I've said the first one that will come in the exams a lot. I'm saying the second one now. We are moving. I saw some people here. I don't see them here now because they are watching Ghana match. The Ghana match that I said they will lose. Into us when you are not me at from share we there over say Evans they scored us information. Madam Vida will tell you. Madam Vida, she's not watching the Ghana match. Or she was watching. And I will join honestly Janeko.
No, she's not watching.
She's not watching. Oh. She's not watching. Yeah. So information technology improves efficiency in healthcare. So now we are talking about topic sentences, right? And how do you? Where is it? Yeah. So you see that the supporting sentences will now come to expand and explain into details what this topic is about. You get it? How and the data on how it has improved efficiency in the healthcare. From this year to this year, all these things are included in the supporting sentences, you must include it if you are supposed to write, which we are not. I don't want to spend our time on some things that will not come in the exam. You get me? But just for the purposes of some things. So right now, I'll tell you that 90% chance that we are going to do online on-site for Cbas 210. So pay attention to this one. And I'm going to make my teachings around objectives. Okay, so please listen. Please listen. It's very important. May include citations or data. So if these ones are using to explain the topic sentences. Supporting, as the name says, this is a supporter, just like you were supporting Ghana, Germany. You see, Ghana, Germany. You were supporting Ghana, Germany. But the main topic is Ghana, Germany. But you were supporting Ghana. So you come and talk about how Ghana lost, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's Ghana, Germany. Someone to come and talk about Germany. Someone to come and talk about Ghana and Germany. So each one that someone came to talk about was a paragraph. You get it? Are we following? Powerful. So, and then it must remain relevant to the main idea, which is obvious. This man has a reputation of repeating things that he just wants to add something to make the slides many. Anyway, paragraph unity. All sentences relate directly to the topic sentence. Because yeah, if you leave from the beginning, you see that almost his last point is like it's vague and it's like it's a cliche, you know. All right. Oh, yes, boy, why? So we are going to finish. All sentences relate directly. So the paragraph unity. So in academic writing 1, we learned some things as what the principles that guys what these things. So we have all sentences that are supposed to be connected to the topic sentences. And when you are following this principle, it explains that when you are explaining these things, it's exposing the principle on how they are all supposed to be connected together. And we call it paragraph unity. Paragraph unity. Avoid introducing new unrelated ideas. You are maintaining paragraph unity. One controlling idea per paragraph. That is paragraph unity. Improves focus and academic quality. That is paragraph unity. Improving focus and academic quality. You get me? When you are highlighting on the fact that how do you call it? The topic sentence had the fact that the topic sentence has expressed, and you are relating to it and not going outside of it. You are maintaining a cohesion under the same topic. The ability for you to be related to the topic or the confines of the topic, you are maintaining paragraph unity. It is actually a principle, but over here he has added it to the features and you know. So yeah. So we also have coherence. Or he did he state that it's a principle? No, he just went straight to it, right? Yeah, he just went straight to it. So yeah. So we also have coherence, right? We learned these things all in academic writing 1. Okay. Yeah. Coherence in paragraphs. So he will set the questions according to how he has just placed his slides, not according to how academic writing 1 is. Those of you who want to go and learn academic writing 1, you may find yourself wanting. So stick to his slides and go according to what he's saying. It's as simple as you are saying. Don't, you know, it's just simple. Coherence, logical connection is ability to be sensible. What you have written should be sensible, not in a rude way, but I'm talking about sensible in the fact that it should contain elements of your reasoning and how it's connected to being related to the topic. So you are being connected to the topic, which is about unity, right? But in this case, you are also being clear. You are also being clear that 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Ideas should flow smoothly from one to another. Do you get it? It's also according to how you make your transitions, like things should be orderly, but they must follow order, and they must be clear, and they must be connected. We should know that this is someone who has gone to school who is writing, basically. Do you get it? And this is the principle of coherence in paragraphing. You get it? But don't say principle. It's a principle, but over here he's just talking about it. Do you get it? As one of the factors or one of the features of paragraphs. Okay, so it should be like that. I don't think he even mentioned whether it's a feature or not. He just started talking about coherence. Achieved through organization and transitions prevents confusion for readers because it is clear, because it is logically sound, right? Because it's logically sound and it's flowing. You begin from this idea, and then you connect the next point. Just because you are talking about different topics in different paragraphs doesn't mean that you should make sure that they are completely different from each other. You should also remember that the main topic that is controlling all of them, which is the controlling idea, put it in your mind, is also connected to all of them. So you must find a way to transition or put transitional words that will connect the next paragraph or the previous paragraph to the next paragraph. Do you get it? So the idea, you see, some people, they make it so nice when you are reading. It makes even like you don't even make mistakes in their reading. You're able to predict the next sentence. Have you noticed? There are some books, textbooks, or some reading books. You're able to predict what will happen or what will be written next because of the signals they may have given in the previous paragraphs, and also the words that, or the indicators, right, that they made available. Are we following? They made available in those things. And so you're able to predict. And this is the concept of coherence. Notice the difference between the coherence and the unity. The unity is all about making one aspect staying to the topic. Where is it? Umbra. Staying to the topic, no deviating. You get it? Here it talks about how you connect the different paragraphs together. You see, with transitional words, how the ideas flow from one to another. You get it? Even though you are staying the same topic, how they flow from one place to another, but they are still connected. You get me? So that the people will not be confused. You get it? Yeah. So we also have transitions and now linking words. So now we are going to talk about the transitions and then the linking words. Okay. So when you hear these words, basically all you begin to identify is that we are beginning something new or we are ending something. You get it? We are entering. So the ability of us to be coherent in paragraphing is determinant on the linking words or the transitional words. You get it? So, however, therefore, furthermore, in addition, these are the linking and the transitional words, right? That helps us to transition to maintain the principle of coherence, which is different from the principle of unity. I shouldn't be using principle, but I just want you to get it. Okay, so but these are all the features of the qualities of paragraphing. Features, qualities, structure, they're all the same. Okay, all right. Let's move on. So you've learned about the unity in paragraphs, coherence in paragraphs, what supporting sentence, topic sentence. Which one? Yeah, transitional words, linking words, identifying the topic sentence. Over here, he has added transition and linking words together. contrast, show contrast, cause or continuation, help guide through the reader through ideas. We should know. However, therefore, furthermore, in addition, in conclusion, I know some of you, I've heard that some of you have created your own transitional words. Whether the King of England has accepted it, I don't know, but I think the lecturer will decide. Common paragraph problems. What are some of the problems in paragraphing? Missing or weak topic sentence. When we say missing or weak, as we notice here, when we're making our first example in the improved and then the weak, you see that this topic is very open and is vague, almost like it's not really how do you call it? It's not really sensible. Be like that. These sentences. I wanted to say something, but it's too wild to say. You see, these sentences normally are said by mad people. They'll just come and talk. Imagine someone passing by and say technology is useful. Who doesn't know technology is useful? So is it something we should really talk about? Like, so even when you want to start, where will you start? But you see, it takes someone to be. It's like you are in a battlefield and you've thrown arrows far apart from each other. Do you get it? Yeah. You don't know like to whom it may concern. Where if it catches you, it should kill you. Whoever it catches, it should kill. You're a soldier, you are wasting your arrows. But when you go specific to the point, then now we can make good use of it and expound and all of that. So these are just what we were talking about. So normally the weak, where is it, Owain? The missing or weak topic sentences. Let's talk about the weak first. The weak one, you are not able to do anything with what you have. You will not be able to do anything because it's even vague. Like you don't even know how to start from or where to go. Even if you start talking about a lot about nothing. You get it? Basically. And then the missing one are the ones that are also not available. The whole paragraph, there's no topic sentence in it. So how would you write your supporting sentences which are supposed to follow? Do you get it? Let alone the other features you are supposed to use in paragraphing in that article you are supposed to write. You don't have any topic sentence. That means that there will not be anything at all because the topic sentence determines the outcome or the content of your whole article. You get it? So common paragraphing problems, these are some of the key things. So too many ideas in one paragraph, poor or missing transitions. These are some of the examples which we've talked about. So if you look at what entails in paragraphing, the avoidance or the omission of these ones will be what will be needed here. Are we following? Are we following? Very, very important. Okay, so irrelevant or repetitive sentences. Okay, irrelevant or repetitive sentence, like the irrelevant sentence we said technology is useful, or repetitive sentences, because you don't have topic sentences, it will lead to so many errors, right? Errors. So look at all those things, all those scenarios, and look at those errors. You will see that you generate even more than the lecturer has given. Let's move on. All right. This is an exercise we are going to look on. I wanted to drop my exercise tonight. So let's look at this one. Let's finish this one. All right. Expected to. No, I think we should jump on, or we should look at this. Let's look at this example. I wanted to put these ones in the quiz that I will give you. That's why I'm spending my time to explain these things. Yeah. Okay, let me just explain this one. Okay, let me just do. So topic sentence. A topic sentence. One example is that cloud computing has become an essential component of modern information systems. Okay, this is such a beautiful topic sentence for us to expound. So you look at it on the why, right? It introduces the main idea that the rest of the paragraph develops. You see, cloud computing has become an essential component of modern information systems. When we talk about cloud computing, what are we talking about? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Somebody? Cloud computing, anybody? And I'm not so sure. And I'm raho. And I'm invite a bit save more. Anybody? Oh, monka ni enkwe.
So you're wrong.
Okay, so when we talk about cloud computing, so the very how do you call them? Services that we get on for example, storages that are not on our devices like our computers, our phones, external storages, and things that we get access to that are traditionally supposed to be on our devices or our local storages, right? But we are rather enjoying those access or those services remotely. You see, so some services like what iCloud, is a storage this thing that is how do you call it, by Google, right? Hey, Apple, did I say iCloud? Yeah, by Apple, right? I said Apple. Okay, by Apple, right? And you're able to store when your memory is full, you're able to have the access. And then if you pay, you're able to have more access to more storage. That's where the future wants to go now, where you don't have to buy more storage. But you see, that one, it will become dangerous. Anything that is being upgraded, they are leading it to become more dangerous. Imagine someone is keeping your storage for you and you are paying the person to keep it. your very vital things, you are paying them to keep it for you. Anyways, it's going to be a gold mine in the future. Anyways, we are going to have centers around the whole nation, especially Ghana and the rest of the world, where people can just walk in and save things, keep things, save things physically, and then also virtually, like this on clouds, right? And not just storages. We also have databases and softwares, right? Normally, if you design and make a software, you have to also put it on platforms like Play Store, right? They are platforms, and then they make sure that they are secure. They provide the security, they provide a platform to expose you, blah blah. But they also have your code most times. Anyway, so yeah, these ones are what we call the cloud computing. So what are we talking about cloud computing? What has it done? What's its importance? So when we talk about cloud computing, we are basically talking about the on-demand delivery of IT resources, including servers, storage, databases, and software over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Some of them are free though, like Google. I wanted to say Google Cloud, but is it Google Cloud? Google's own, what's the name? Yeah, Google's Cloud. I've forgotten the name. I think it's Google Cloud now, right? The Google storage. Yeah. So yeah, these ones are there. Microsoft Azure, DNDN, AWS, and so instead of owning and maintaining physical data centers, users like you and I, what we do is that we access technology services on an as needed on an as-needed basis. So as and when you are needing something, that's when you have access to it. And then you pay to have access. Just like you have access to your videos, listen. You've also paid to have access to extra storage, extra databases, extra software, the video, I don't know, extra spaces for your software. Very soon we are going to pay. We're already paying for websites, right? Which was the first thing we began with. You get it? So these are all some of the things, and you should know what these things do. The servers, what are they holding? You see, the storage, the local storage. This how do you call them? These small ones, and then the databases, the mainframes, and so on that keep these databases, right? And then the softwares that hold them, all related to this computing, cloud computing, right? How has it been essential, right? How has it been an essential component of modern information systems? You get it now? You get it now? Because if now you should, like, let's say you are a developer, and or there was this game I used to play a lot, DLS, right? Now it's gone off from my phone. Those who used to take my phone to play that game is off. You see, at first when they started, they used to keep all their storage in the, should I say, capsule, right? Or the the content. So in with Android phone, we call it the APK, right? APK. So they used to keep everything about the code of the game inside that. And so when you have it offline, you can install it. And then you have access to the data and the code of the game. Nowadays, they upload the code separately onto Google Cloud. And then they keep the data of the game as you open and you are using the data on your phone, right? But the code itself is on Google Play. That is one important, because at first they realized that people started hacking into the game. People started hacking into the game, and they started, because they have the code, they can just enter the code and just change things, right? And the things they are supposed to buy, they will not buy, they'll get it for free. You get it? Now it's with Google. Go and hack into Google. You get it? And now you only have access to your data. You see? So whatever you are doing, it's getting connected. So Google users, have you noticed that nowadays most of your games will be connected to your Google play game services or something? Yeah. So it's going directly. Everything you are doing is storing and sending to them. Storing and sending. But you see, it actually has temporal storage areas where it keeps before it sends. And so you see, you can't just do it completely like that, because your phone has to always be connected to the internet. That's why most of the times, if you don't have internet, you can't play these games. That's how they are making it nowadays. Have you noticed? It's as a result of the cloud computing. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that cloud computing has brought a certain level of sanity and security in that area. You get it? Things that were supposed to be hoarded for people to have access or for hackers to do, now they are being kept at secluded areas where it is being hoarded for people not to be granted access, for integrities, securities to be maintained. Are we following? Are we following? Are you following? If you are following, give me a thumbs up. If you are this thing, I said I'll take your 20 minutes. I'm left with 1 minute. That's why people are quiet. Okay. All right. It introduces the main idea that the rest of the paragraph develops. Yeah. So this is what I wanted you to know. The rest, I'm going to jump in class exercise. Okay. So yeah, cybersecurity. So these are the topics. Irrelevant sentence, reason. It does not relate to cybersecurity. So some students prefer online learning because it is flexible. it does not relate to cybersecurity, right? It's not about the topic sentence. So you should know this one. When something is talking about the topic sentence, and you see this sentence, you should know straight away. Me, from looking at it, you can see that the topic sentence is supposed to be cybersecurity. It's about cybersecurity. But if you read, some students prefer online learning because it is flexible. We are not even talking about security. What are we talking about? Let alone to be cyber. You get it. So you should know when some sentences are not relevant to the topic, and you're able to identify them. So based on this explanation, you'll be able to identify this one. That's why I don't want to focus on these ones, but rather the explanations of them. Then later we look at the examples and then the quizzes, right? When we are done with them. Move, peer, review, paragraph. Okay, we'll look at it later. Yep. So in a nutshell, paragraph develops single ideas, topic, sentences, guide, paragraph focus. Unity and coherence are essential, which we've learned under paragraphs. And also practice improves academic writing quality. Following? Yeah. Should we go on the next slide? Should we go on the next slide? What is on the next slide? Oh, we are already on the next slide. So we're done with the other one. So now we have what left? We have 5. So should we do the 5? And we'll have, hey, he has added 6 and 7 on the Sakai. Okay. So let me just draw them here. Can you see my page? Oh, this is just week 2. He said week 7, but he has dropped week 2. Wait a minute. Just a sec. I just want to confirm something. All right. All right. So we have week 5 here, right? Okay, so let's talk about essays and types of essays. And okay. Okay, so an essay, now we talk about articles and stuff, but we want to talk about essays, right? An essay is a structured piece of academic writing. That's one thing you must know. And it also presents an argument or a discussion. So this one, it is presenting, it is that piece that presents the argument of what has been researched or what has been analyzed, right? It now presents arguments, something that someone has decided on, or something, a topic for us all to discuss. You get it? And this is what we mean by essay. And this is the difference between this and then the article that we were learning about, right? Presents an argument or discussion supported by evidence and references, right? So all the texts that we have in academic pieces must have their evidence that must back it. So you notice that it's a fact among all of them. So you see the reason why I'm talking about it, this one I'm letting us treat it, is that you're going to see a lot of the same features running through this one. You get it? You're going to see it running through this one as well. So you see that we'll finish it right now. So it presents an argument or discussion supported by evidence, references. This is the same thing we learned about articles, but you should know that it's a strategic piece that talks about argument and discussion. That's the difference. That's the underlying factor of these ones. Assess, what's the purpose of essays in computing? We are talking about what's the purpose, its importance. Okay, understanding. So it's already told you that it helps to, it talks about arguments and also discussions. Help you. That means that it should be able to help you identify both parties, who is presenting the argument and who is opposing the argument, the writer or the author, and vis-a-vis. So these things, we've spoken about it in the previous slides of what we were talking about on articles, right? Which is the same thing over here as well. Access understanding of computing concepts helps you to understand computing concepts, because it's also talking about computing. Essays in computing will talk about computing. So it helps you to understand computing concepts, develop, because it will help you to read as well. It's helping you to read and give you the skills in reading. So if it's giving you the skills in reading, then it will help you to understand what you are reading about. Just like we learned SQ3L, which are the methods of learning or the methods of reading, right? So if you are learning about methods of reading, then you know the skills on how to read effectively, which we've also learned about. So you see that these things are repeating, right? Encourage research and analysis, helps you to do and maintain a very good research work, and also know how to structure your things, improve academic communication. Overall, you see the whole thing, link between types of essays. So these ones are the most important ones here we need to look at. Descriptive essays, explanatory essays, argumentative essays. So essays help us to understand arguments better, and also discussions. So if you are discussing, you describe, you explain, you compare, right? If you are in an argument, you will compare, you argue, you might explain, you might describe. You get it now? Yeah. So these are the various types of essays: descriptive essays, explanatory essays, argumentative essays, comparative essays. Please take notice. Let's take them one by one. Okay. So now, link between paragraphs and essays. What's the link between paragraphs and essays? Well, after we talk about paragraphs, let's look at essays. So the paragraphs are the individual points within an essay. Did you get it? Within an essay. Within an essay. So when you talk about essay, now you've added all the paragraphs together. You see, so at first we were looking at it one by one in a basic unit. Now we are looking at it as a whole. So as a whole is what we are talking about, essay. You get it now? Yes, yes. So essays are collections of related paragraphs. You see now? So if as soon as you understand these things, you'll be able to expand. Each paragraph develops one main idea, blah, blah, blah. We've talked about paragraph work together to support thesis. You get it? So now it has started introducing us to the terminologies around essays, which are basically the whole thing now. So now you are seeing thesis. Thesis is a type of essay that has to do with research and then coming out with what you have written on a particular topic and all that, which is a whole essay on its own. Do you get it? We call it thesis. It's an academic piece, right? We are all going to do. Poor paragraphs leads to weak essays. We've also talked about this. Yes. So you need to learn about this: descriptive essays, explanatory, argumentative, comparative. This is four types of essays. 4. DEAC. DEAC. D. If you are sleeping, wake up and say DEAC. DEACO is a DEAC. So let's move on. Descriptive, explanative, argumentative, comparative. When we wake you up, you must be able to say it. Okay, so now, structure of an academic essay. Introduction paragraph. Now, I feel like let's talk about this small. So when we say something is descriptive, we are basically talking about, or does it talk about it? Hey, he doesn't. So he just talked about them in the slides without going. So maybe he will not go into deep. So I will not go into deep as well. All right. So let me introduce us to these four main things. Where are they? Please come. When we say someone is describing something, it means that the thing, normally you can only describe the things that you see with your eyes, the things that are visible, the things that are available to you. You are seeing it, or you can relate with your emotions. Those are the things you can describe. Do you see the thing? Powerful. So when we say something is descriptive, it means that there has been an observation and there's an elaboration on the observation. So this is what we call descriptive. So descriptive essays are based on an event that has been observed. Are you following? And then the explanatory are the ones that goes to the details on the explanation. I don't want to provide the same word or a secular definition uh, on the details of what a particular topic entails. It might be that you may have seen it, it might be that you may not have seen it, but descriptive is targeted at exactly what you have observed. You may observe not with your eyes, but with your ears. You should pay close attention to this. It's very, very important. It's not every observation you observe with your eyes. There are some observation you observe with your ears. Experiments that has to do with the hearing, right? With the hearing to observe the sound of something to arrive at a conclusion. This is descriptive. Explanatory, right? Um, Going into details on particular concepts and topics. Argumentative essays, right, are essays that has to do with both sides trying to put their points across. You see, there are two opposing sides that are battling it out, right? Or a particular point is being cut across and being supported by evidence and so on, right? Claims are being made. You get it? And backed by evidences. These are argumentative. And we have comparative, where we are basically putting two things together and drawing the similarities among them. The similarities, comparing. Okay, so now let's move on. Essays are collections of related paragraphs. Each paragraph develops one main idea. Paragraphs work together to support the thesis. So basically, now you are what you learned in paragraph, you are now adding essays to it. And instead of saying paragraphs, everything you learned in essay, you can bring it back. But this time you look at the topic and what it requires you to do, and then you bring what you are supposed to bring there, whether it is essays or paragraph or essays and paragraphs. You get it? So essays are a collection of related paragraphs. Who doesn't know? Each paragraph develops one main idea. Who doesn't know? Paragraphs work together to support the thesis. Who doesn't know? Poor paragraphs lead to weak essays. You get it? Which we've learned in paragraphing too as well. So that's what I mean by repetitive. So this one's repetitive, very, very repetitive. Structure of an academic essay. What is the structure? We learn the structure of a paragraph, right? That it follows a particular thing. It must have a topic sentence. It must have a supporting sentence. It must have so and so. You see transitions and concluding, right? Concluding and transitioning words, right? And then the other extra one that he wrote, normally that he just adds for shaggy reasons. Introduction paragraph. Introduction paragraph. An essay should have an introduction paragraph. Do you get it? And then it must have a body paragraph. And then it must have a concluding paragraph. So now you are not talking about individual one paragraph alone. Now we are talking about the whole essays, which has a lot of paragraphs. So there are some paragraphs that are talking about. So you can have two paragraphs talking about introduction. It can also be just one paragraph talking about introduction. You see, we have a body of paragraphs talking about the main content of what is being discussed. And then we have the concluding paragraphs, which is around the conclusion or the ending of what is being discussed, the whole essay. So this time around, you are mentioning the same structure of, you are mentioning the whole structure of essay. You get it? Yeah. And then you topple it out, or you end it with reference list, which normally has to do with references of where you collected your data from and where you are going with them. So it shows where you've gotten them from, the particular articles, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Structure of an academic essay. So the reference list, how does it look like? So you see that normally when you read an article, under it they will write from the author, from the book, so and so and so. Then they write the author and the year the book was published. Then they'll come and write another one. So these are the various sources that throughout the essay, some of the sentences were fetched from. They quoted. So whoever you quote, you must put them in the reference list. Otherwise, you have plagiarized and you didn't even give credit to who you took their information from. Nowadays, people do that a lot. You see, you fit to give them the credit. Even on social media, they do these things. You see, yeah. So it's very important to give the credit to them, and it comes under the reference list. Okay, and these are all the structures of the essay which you need to know about. The introduction is now what we are going in. Okay, and you can put, so over here you can say your essay. You can also call it thesis. And so when you see thesis, you should know that we are talking about a group of paragraphs, right? So you, instead of saying sentence, how do you call it? Topic sentence, or how do you call it? Yeah, something like that. You have your thesis statement. Presents the thesis statement to the whole thing, about the whole thesis, about the whole essay, the topic about the whole essay. This is what we are talking about. Outline the direction of the essay. You see, so this is we are still on the introduction. You see, so under the introduction, you have the same features, the same sentences you use for the features on the introduction of the paragraph. You can repeat them here. It's just simple. The whole topic is simple, very simple, very simple. Look at introduction. Written as one undefined paragraph, introduces the topic and background, ends with a clear thesis statement. It always clears the air on what it's talking about, and it ends up guiding the reader on what to expect. These are all what we've learned in the paragraph side. Introduction, paragraph. Yeah, so these are it. These are it. So I will be looking at some examples to these things, essay writing mistakes. Yeah. So we looked at the paragraph mistakes in paragraph, unclear thesis. So instead of saying unclear or no clarity or something on the paragraph, you just use thesis statement. You see, instead of saying essay straight away, you can be mixing, interchanging it, and then I'm going to go poor paragraph organization, lack of supporting evidence, incorrect referencing, because referencing is also part of the structures of essay writing or thesis statement. You need to make sure that when you are talking about common mistakes, it could also be a mistake that someone may be having grammatical errors or be referencing a wrong particular document, right? A wrong document. Okay. On this note, I'll bring my class to an end because I'm noticing that people are getting tired. Yeah, I need to run away to. There's another meeting I need to join. Prepare myself. Okay, so if you have a question, you can ask. I know these ones I'm going to go back a bit, and now I'm going to go to the front and then cover them as well. Okay, so let's do well to join our next session, which will be on Friday. We are going to do a lot. Please come early so that we don't waste a lot of time. Because we didn't come early, so I'm trying to take away all the time. Okay. So if there are questions, those of you who have been reaching out, I answer you. See, so keep reaching out. It's very important. It means that you are learning, you are catching up. Why are these people deducting my money? ECB, be careful. So all the time now, minus 2 cedis. Why is it this thing? Okay, so thank you all for being here tonight. If you have any further questions, you can ask, throw it in my inbox, and you'll be attended to. Until then, those who are asleep, continue to sleep. Ghana has scored in your dreams, and see you when Ghana wins the World Cup. Until then, I said Ghana has won in your dreams. Yeah, say, yeah. Madam Dede, she's gone. She's long gone. Mr. Nyanteti too is very sad that Ghana lost. I don't know. He can't do anything with himself. Mr. Joel is disappointed as well. It's only the coach that will determine the fate of Ghana next time. Now, the Nigerians are laughing at us because they think that Ghana is a broken home. But since Mr. Nia is here, he knows that God is not mocked. For whatever the Nigerians sow, they shall reap it. They will not be at the World Cup. Okay, all right. Thank you all for being in tonight's class. It was fun having all of you and seeing Ghana win. In a way, I nearly turned this thing. Yeah, so thank you. I'm so excited. Tomorrow I'll be transitioning like a transitional word into another form, just like a paragraph transition into a thesis statement or an essay. Thank you all very much for staying and concluding this class with me and transitioning from the Ghana match back into the class and staying with me till the very end. And so, in concluding, I would like to thank each and every one of you for paying close attention. Very, very important. The questions will come, but I just want us to cover a lot of things, right? Cover a lot of things. Please join the class early so that I can do a lot more, okay? Because I'm normally concerned who isn't getting what, because of the fact that most of you are also shy to ask questions publicly, and yet you come to the DM and ask questions. So thank you all. I'll see you next time, Friday. I hope to steal a tutors class this week. Mr. Kote will see to that. So one of your tutors, maybe 207 or 201, I will take one of their class. Okay, so yeah, whether they like it or not. Yeah, so that we can do 211 and the other ones, as I said in the beginning. So play the videos, listen to them. See you another time. Bye bye.